need to. I did it right.
Okay.
We're good. See what happens when you bring the real professionals in the room.
Like,
They're like, listen, that's out of focus. Clap your hands. Do the dance. It's okay. It's okay. So.
Just have it.
We're not real professionals. We just play them on TV.
Yeah. Okay. So I am thrilled for this. I get bands in here and I get to talk about, what does the band play and what's your, you guys have this unique perspective of everyone because you've interviewed tons of bands and had them play on live at Willie's house. You do sound, big stages, outdoor festivals, Peanuts Little Bar, everything from this big to monstrosity. And you've seen and heard everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. And you've probably been to every venue there is to know what, for doing sound and or playing, right? Because you've been playing drums in bands forever. So this is, I am excited about this. I want to start with, well, first I want to wish you a happy birthday again.
Happy birthday,
thank
Willie.
you.
Is your birthday actually?
No, it's really Tuesday.
Okay, but we're celebrating this weekend, and then we'll remind you and show you photos on Tuesday.
Right.
Yes.
Understood. So happy birthday. I am excited to talk about the Live at Willie's house. So long before the band crawl, which Tom, we're almost at a year since Tom had me start doing this. Long before the band.
Pre-lockdown.
Yes, it was 3 years. You said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were doing Live at Willie's house, which originally started at your house.
In the house.
Where
at
people
my
came to your house,
Yeah.
and then they talked to you, kind of like TV news anchor style.
Right.
And then
the
they
panel.
went into your living room or something.
Right, yeah.
Right, I couldn't tell what room that was.
Yeah.
And they played, which was
Live.
really cool. Obviously, this is more like, here's where everybody is. Go out and check them out. Here's the venues. Here's the band.
Right.
You focused on a band. And just featured them, which is very, very cool.
The whole point of it was to let people get to know the band personally, because a lot of times you go out and you see these bands and they're on stage, and then when they go on break, they don't really talk too much to people because they're on break. They got to go pee, or the singer has to rest their voice, or however. So this was an opportunity to, get people. We tried to get more people to call in, but they didn't.
Right.
But that's okay, because when we start back up, just know that you can call in again. But just an opportunity to intimately get to know the band and talk with them, and then listen to their music that way. So it was a way to emotionally connect with their audience without being on stage.
And what would be neat, just thinking out loud, is, I have a band on here for a Wednesday, and then they go do Live at Willie's house,
Right.
and you get the whole band, right? You get everybody there, so they could see the interview. They could, see them doing the band
That would
crawl,
be cool, and they
but
could
then
do
they
the
could go.
following Tuesday.
Yeah, let them go to you on the Tuesday.
We
let them
should
do a
coordinate
feature.
that. I think that's a great
Yeah, let them
idea.
do a feature. Let them play. Let them really, because there's only.
You could be one of our sponsors.
I'm in.
There you
I'm
go.
in. You got it. I think we should
I'll send
totally.
you a list of gear I'm looking for.
There you go. I have a DSLR camera and a microphone, and you've got my gear.
So yeah, we're on a hiatus right now. We're in the middle of reconfiguring and revamping it. We're hoping
trying to bring it back more like the way it was at first.
At your house.
Yes.
I have to tell you.
Not at the house though.
We're doing it at the alley.
We're gonna do it at the alley.
Yeah,
Even better.
But my thing is, we want to drop a green screen. This is what me and Chris were talking about. Dropping a green screen, and then it just like we used to do, and put out the different stuffs with the green
backgrounds.
Sure.
the backgrounds, and do that, and then
You're not gonna do my cheap 42-inch
This
monitor
is
behind your
great.
head,
It works great.
This is
There
not
it
a green
is.
screen, guys.
There it is.
These drums actually exist back here.
Yeah, that's not.
I meant this. This is as far as I got technology-wise. Let's put a TV back there.
That's
It'll do
cool. That is very
it. So you'll
cool.
green screen it out. You're still gonna do a Tuesday filming.
Yes.
And when do you put the show out?
No,
No, it's
live.
live.
It's live.
There's no filming.
There's no filming.
I got you.
It's live.
So
at
you're
Willie's.
brave.
It's live.
So I've never edited a band crawl video besides adding the intro and the outro.
All right.
But I would be terrified to just be
There's
like, yeah,
no
walk in and
taking-
just do it.
no taking it back.
No,
Anything
especially
you say,
'cause-
there's no take back.
Well, the intro and the outro, I wouldn't. That's where you guys are so far ahead because I wouldn't even know how. I had to call my camera guy because I own a marketing company during the day. For those of you who don't know, I have a camera guy on staff. I had to call him out and be like, make all this work so when I hit the red button,
Yeah,
we can
right, that's
record.
right.
I don't. So when do you think you're going to be bringing it back?
Well, our initial goal was Tuesday the 5th on my birthday, but I think maybe another week or a week or so after.
So tell me, I'm serious about being a sponsor, by the way. Totally down.
Yeah.
Tell me what other people can do to be a sponsor. what are you looking for? Are you looking for people to pay for advertising? Are you looking for people to donate equipment? Like, what do they do?
Yes.
Right now we're looking for
all of it.
All of it. Yes. Yes.
Donate equipment, pay for advertising, even donate money so we can get, do whatever, to get T-shirts. We need money for T-shirts, or somebody who wants to do T-shirts, things like that. Yes.
So tell me, you're going to do the show live on Tuesdays at the Alley, right? How do they find out what you need? Like, do you have a list somewhere that they can go online and like, hey, there's 3 sponsor packages. You can do this, 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 or this.
No, we were going to have that now that you said that.
Okay, why don't you, I'll tell you what. Why don't you put that together,
Okay.
right? Put that together, send it to me, and I'll cover it on the band crawl.
And of course,
I'll
we're
cover
open
it.
to ideas too. If anybody has any ideas, because we are a
Sure.
community and we all need to work together.
Right. It's
so-
the whole
Well,
idea is
100%.
for everybody and all the bands to work together and
And
be
I
friendly.
can talk to a band all day long, and a lot of the club owners thankfully watch the show also, because I get messages, but
Yeah,
it's
us
one
too,
thing to
yeah.
hear me or you say they're awesome. It's
Right.
another thing for them to play 5 songs on live
For
at
you to
Willie's
see,
house
for you to
and be like,
actually
actually, they're awesome.
Right.
You know.
And if you go through there's 170 episodes.
Good Lord.
Like 159 different bands.
That's awesome.
A lot of times
there's
bands,
a lot of bands. 159. People come, oh man, I love doing your show, and I
You can always rotate back through,
well, that's what we
right?
yes,
Because
that's
there
what we're
are only
thinking
so
now.
many. There are only so
Right.
many. You're gonna hit,
Right.
but realistically, someone who saw the Buzzcats a year and a half ago,
Right.
bring
Yeah.
them back on.
Right. They've been on twice.
That's
But
what
no,
I'm
we
saying.
do plan on bringing them back on, and the original music artists too.
Yeah, sure. Fire Inside and Torn has originals, don't they? Or am I mistaken?
I don't know. I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
I thought they did.
But there's like ones like Cold Subject, Auditory Honorary,
Yeah, all the local rock, man. That whole scene, yeah.
Datora,
Datora's one of my
Out of
favorites.
Darkness, Rising Up Angry. And you guys are going, I've never heard of these.
They
you guys
would.
need to take care of these and,
They would.
and check these
Right.
bands
Well, and
out.
that's a two-way street. Unfortunately, I always joke on the show and I joke in real life. You have to have a job to be a musician.
Kinda do.
I mean, really, And so a lot of these original bands, there's no budget. They're playing for the door. They're
nothing.
Or nothing to
or,
get.
or they paid
Here's
to
your
play.
$7.
Right.
They
So
had to pay.
So, it's not even their fault that you don't know them. If it isn't for things like Live at Willie's house,
Right.
you
And
probably
exactly.
will not.
And that's why it's important for us to continue doing
I'm
it.
thrilled to hear
Exactly.
you're getting back up. I am 100% in on helping you with whatever.
That's
I think we
awesome,
can
yeah.
team up and do it. Where, like I said, they come here and they do an interview, and
I
then the
think that's a
following
great
Tuesday they
idea.
go to you and
It's
they do
like
the
a
live.
whole week-long event.
Well, it's a press package for the band.
Right, exactly.
Right? They can get kind of a demo video out of
like
it
it.
because they can be at Live at Willie's.
They
The
would-
club will see them, hear them,
I
and then
like it.
listen to them play.
Let
Like,
us know what you guys think in the comments.
yes,
Right.
unless you disagree, then shut up.
No.
No,
I
I'm
want to hear
kidding.
it all.
I'm totally kidding. So tell me, the current band is Deviate.
Right.
The
Right.
letter D, the letter V, the number 8.
Yes, we almost. It's so funny. So we do more and more corporate Midnight Mayhem, and you have to have a different name to play corporate because they don't want somebody to call an agency and they say, here, get this band, and then the customer just goes to Facebook, finds you, and books you. And we wouldn't even know if they did it.
That makes
So they
sense.
wanted us to have a different name. And before you did Deviate,
You thought about
we
it.
were going to be NVS for Envious.
Oh, we'll see. That's
Right?
good.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
but it was right after you guys did Deviate.
Yeah.
So
And I'm like,
what?
I
You're
could,
like
my,
I am. It's
my
hard
phone
to-
would have lit up. They'd be like, really? You're stealing Willie's crap now? That's awesome.
No, you should.
You know what I mean? So we still may.
That's flattering.
But tell me about the band. Tell me about the band. I mean,
Doing
first of all, you
great. Let me tell about the band because let me say this.
you
is-
sit out front.
Well, this is, and I'm gonna be honest here, and Willie might not like this, but this is the first band that Willie's had that I personally want to go see. Okay,
How you like that?
it's
Yeah,
like all the
she's
other ones
never
like
said that to me before.
How you like that?
it was just work, but this time it's like, Deviate. Matter of fact, we have Karen too is filling in for Willie on one date while we do the Leesburg Bike Fest, and I'm like, damn, I want to go see that.
Well, and that's
Well,
good because if
we-
you feel that way,
we kinda
I'm
tr-
sure lots of
right.
people feel that
We
way.
kind of turned to a show.
It's
Kyle and Jeff got their own dance
Jeff
moves
Wright
now and
and,
stuff.
and Schwartz, Kyle Schwartz, or Shiloh Wheatgrass. Yes, they've got their choreography, their dance moves going on. Kyle is singing more. Jeff is singing. Willie sings a song or two.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not doing hard again, are you? Don't
Yeah.
do it.
That's
Don't
the only
stop
thing I
believing
can
with
do is-
Willie on
yeah.
drum. So tell me,
I'm
I have
alone.
seen you like 3 or 4 times.
But
A
you
lot of
haven't
people
seen
probably
them
haven't.
recently.
No, I have not. You've had some lineup changes, and tell people a little bit about the type of stuff you're playing.
Well, we play. Well, we're playing Planet Zero. It's a new Shinedown. It comes out April 11th.
Okay.
And we like the Pretty Reckless. We
Yeah.
played that 6 months before it came out.
Nice.
So
but I've
that's-
also seen you do a Vanilla Ice medley.
Oh yes.
Like,
yeah.
it seems like
We
you
do
really
that-
run the gamut. It's just
Right.
a...
Yeah, we do that with, like the Poker Face and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But we do like the Hailstorm versions of the newer dance music. We
Nice.
do like the Hailstorm versions.
Do mashups. You do the Sad But Superstitious, which is Sad But True mixed with Superstitious.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
So it's just fair, just trying to be as entertaining as possible. You know,
Right.
something to watch. Just kind of deviate from the norm, but not
No pun
too
intended.
right. But not too much, because people, they still you expect to hear certain things. And of course, the Rachel Stump, there's just certain songs that she just shines on. Whenever she does the Janus,
I have to tell you, she is full blown amazing. Like, we have called her. She sat in with us 2 or 3 times. Every now and then she needs to downgrade. We bring her out and she sits in with us. She is a full blown pro. I send her the set list. She did a rehearsal with us the one time. Second time, she's like, you know what? We didn't really have time to do it, but she's always willing. Always willing.
Yeah.
And then she drops in and plays a show, and it's like she's in the band. You know what I mean?
no,
Like,
right.
she
She's a
drops
pro.
in,
Yeah,
and she's just a
absolutely.
total... she was half an hour before us to the gig, because she's always on time. Like, I am super
Don't say
impressed.
always.
With us she is, but she's only done 3 with me. She does a lot. She's in Deviate.
Yeah.
So, and I saw you at Peanuts.
Right, you guys were at Traders.
Yeah,
You
we're
walked
right up the
down-
road.
Yep.
You guys were great. I think, one thing people may want to know is when you go check out Deviate, you are going to get a little bit of everything. So if you do not like the song that they are playing right now, or the
Just
style
wait.
of music, just wait 2 songs. Because then they're going to be
Right,
playing
yeah.
something totally different. And if you love that, stick around. There'll be 3 of those, and then there'll be more of those later, and they're going to go back to something else.
Right.
I like that it is to me, it was like the, and I know it's not a dueling piano show, but it was that thing where you walk into dueling pianos, you know you're going to have fun. And when you go to see Deviate, you walk in and you know you're going to have fun.
It's gonna be exciting.
You're gonna have a good time.
It's
It's
gonna be
gonna
good
be-
energy. Yeah.
Tell me, so you have Jeff Wright on bass,
Yep.
obviously
Right.
you on drums,
Right.
Rachel's out front.
And Kyle.
I don't know Kyle. Tell me about that. He
Oh.
replaced Marty.
No, he was the bass player.
He was the bass
Oh,
player.
my bad. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. And
yeah.
he moved to guitar.
Yeah. yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. And how long is that line? That lineup's fairly new?
Fairly
Yeah.
new this year because, well,
About
Kyle had
4
an
months
incident
old.
where he almost lost this arm. Like,
He
Oh,
flipped
wow.
his yeah, it
He
was
flipped his truck
just the
and-
tendon was holding it together.
and
Oh, good lord.
within a year, he rehabilitated and is playing guitar.
Well,
That's
that's why
amazing.
he was playing bass at first.
That's amazing.
But
Yeah,
he
but
was playing
still,
guitar, yes,
Yeah.
for the jam, but yes.
that is amazing.
So
Yeah, they
Kyle
thought he
is
would never be able to
amazing.
use his hands again.
Yeah, that's dude.
was like
I'm
what
glad
was
to hear that
hanging
you
up,
recovered
yeah.
from that. Like that sounds.
He
Yeah.
just kind
Awful.
of he stays low key because of what he does full time. So he can't really have like an out
No,
personality.
you can't be in witness protection and be an outgoing
Right,
member of the band.
exactly.
No, I totally
Something like
understand. I totally understand.
It's totally the opposite of witness protection. but
Right, no,
Yeah.
obviously. So, and you guys must have a hard time balancing this out because in addition to being in Deviate, you have Can and Will Entertainment, right?
Yep.
Which is
Can.
going to be
Bill.
right here next time. I'm going to mount it on my TV. But you're busy on sound. Like every other time I talk to somebody, they're like, "Oh yeah, and Candace Willie are doing sound. Oh, and Candace Willie are doing sound." Or I walk into somewhere, you guys are doing sound. Like,
Right.
how hard is it to put together the balance between you want to play, but you also have to do sound?
It's difficult.
Yeah,
Do you ever split up? Do you do
All
a
the
show
time.
and you?
All the time. That's how
time.
we. That's the only time we make money is if we do our own shows.
So a lot of
Wow.
times, now that they have venues now that have house systems, like at Leo's down in Lakeland.
Lakeland, yeah.
That Scott, the sound engineer, amazing. First time we walked into Leo's, Willie and I looked at each other, and go, "Who stole our mix?"
Yeah, who's running
Nice,
sound?
okay.
Yeah. So,
Like,
so
I'm gonna play here, and like 8 months later, I had a
yeah,
gig.
and the video wall, the video
I've
wall
seen
is
that.
die
Yes.
for.
But
So-
you could go technically run sound at a place that has a system and not even have to haul your gear out.
And I do that a lot, like at the bank and places, at the alley, at the bank. The Deviate goes and plays at Leo's or whatever, and so I'll go and set
Do
up
your own
gear
show.
myself,
And you have, I don't know if people realize how big an operation Can and Will Entertainment
We can do
is.
4 stages on the same day.
And you have a
Okay.
ridiculous amount of equipment,
Thanks to Lee.
We don't-
right?
use
I
it
know
all.
Lee Seiler took care of you. He hooked you up. He worked
Joey,
out.
Gary,
Yes, and Joey. That's why we have that.
Yeah, you
Joey.
have a ridiculous setup, and you can do like the massive stages and still do another gig because of all the gear that you're packing. Now, do you have two different? If you have not seen them do sound, this is something you have.
Heard them do that.
Is it, well, no, I see you. See, I'm not. We're back. Don't bring professionals on the show. Don't do it. Ever. Don't do it. If you have seen and heard them do sound, I always say see because I walk in and then it's just you go, hey! That's why I say that. But I have been to some ridiculous sound places where I'm like, this is going to be bad. But I'm going because I want to see the band or see the whatever because, like we said, Oasis on the River is basically playing in an Army concrete bunker. Right?
Yeah.
You know,
So many shiny surfaces.
Peanuts.
Penis is little.
Hard floor, really small, hard bar, hard walls.
Right,
like
exactly.
they don't.
The worst
you know,
conditions
these
imaginable.
places don't think about. Oh, I'm gonna bring in live music. I better make sure that I can. They're like,
Right.
well, I have an outlet. You can plug in.
Yeah, there's a 20 amp.
There's a 20 amp. Plug all your crap. You know. So I am always blown away when like I go to Peanuts and you guys are playing or you're running sound. It is fantastic. The mix is perfect. The volume is perfect. You can hear everything. Like, it's really, like, you guys are the best sound people I have seen. And I see my fair share.
We try to mix not with harshness, but with power.
And the Bon Jovi band was exactly that. You
Right.
felt like they were playing the Garden. You just weren't getting blown out the back wall.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
which
you
is
still talk.
Yes, it was. I went back
feel
and
it.
talked to you.
Right, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
and now other bands you will do sound for whoever, right? So how do
They
they
hired
hire
me.
you?
They got the money.
How do they hire you?
Can and will.
But okay, so they have the bumper sticker that doesn't tell them where to go.
At
Right,
Gmail.
yeah.
So how do they get there?
CanandWillEntertainment@gmail.com.
There you go. And you have a Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page, Can and Will Audio Specialists, Audio and Entertainment Specialists on Facebook.
Okay.
Or just call Willie, 407-300-6766.
Look at that. Now the entire internet is going to call you
Yeah.
every day.
I want to see the dick pics you get.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. There you go. So, and you will do just a local band that needs sound for the weekend, for the night, as long as they have the budget to
Matter
pay
of
for
fact, this Friday we are open, and we
Yeah,
like,
I don't know how that happened.
it. I don't either.
when it gets this close to not having a gig on a night and somebody wants to hire a sound, we'll work within your budget. You don't think that
Right,
we're-
because you're either sitting home
I'd rather
or
not
you're
sit
going.
home. I'd rather not sit home. I'd rather come mix for you for 150, 200. If it's local, a little bit more. I'm just saying. I'm saying that.
Fire
we-
sale now.
Yeah,
Yes,
what the hell
exactly.
happened?
That's what I mean. That's a
But
fire
it's better
sale.
than sitting
It was
home.
400 an hour ago.
Well, and it's better than, look, you know, it's funny, even with my band, we don't want to play as much as you guys do because we're not in it for a living. But,
Right.
you know, if we have a gap and someone calls and says, hey, I want you to do my whatever, well, at that point, we're basically like, look, as long as you can pay X, we'll come out and do it. Because otherwise, we're just going to sit home.
Sit home, right.
Or what's your
exactly.
budget? What is your budget? I work with your budget. Let me know. You know, if you
Right,
need
yeah.
sound, you want to sound good.
And
It's
we
very-
can go
it's-
as big as you want. We can
it's-
bring in stages.
or as
We
little,
can do it all.
yeah.
Big-
And that's the thing, as little as you want.
as little as
Right.
you
If
want.
you're just doing a small thing, they can do the small PA, and it's not going to be ridiculous. I personally, and I'm old now. I'm not Willie old, but I'm old. I want to be able, if I'm in the very back of the room, I need to be able to talk to somebody without saying, come outside so I can talk to
Right,
you.
exactly.
If I'm in the front, you know, that's like a caveat emptor thing. You're standing in the front. And so it's going to be loud, it's going to be powerful, it's going to be, you know, because you're in the front. But if you want to step back and have a conversation, you should be able to do it
That's why-
without leaving the
That's
venue.
why different styles of speakers have different purposes and
Exactly.
different functions.
And at Peanuts, where I fully expected to walk in, I will be honest, I had not seen Deviate. We were playing up Security Traders. I grabbed my band and was like, okay, listen, we'll stay for a song. You're going to get your ears boxed and we're going to leave because it's Peanuts. We stayed for 5 songs and it was not that. Like, we came up and said hi to you and we could hear each other,
Right,
but it was
yeah.
still doing this with your
Exactly.
kick
And
drum.
that's the thing. It has to feel good. It's not about the sound. It's about how it feels.
Yeah.
If it feels good, it's gonna sound good.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what it is.
And
I mix with my heart.
you know, if
I
you
really do. I mix with my heart.
if you're at a venue that sells alcohol, it's about selling alcohol.
Agreed.
You
Right,
know.
yeah.
It's not about the band, unfortunately.
We've
But
gone-
Right, we'd
we-
love it to be, but it's not.
We've had like certain bartenders that complain about every single band.
and we listen to their
When I go
voice.
up there and I feel what frequency she's talking in, and I go
And
in
then we
my
take
mains and I subtract the frequency of her voice
Wait.
out of my main mix. She never has to complain all night. Everybody can hear her.
And that's really, I know that some bands do it out of necessity. we did it out of necessity for years. But that's really why if your band is going to be at a certain level, you're going to have out front sound.
Yes.
You're going to have to, even if someone in your band is staying out front, like in our band, we're fortunate, Tyler and Ryan. Ryan's
both
on
run
stage
sound,
with us.
they can
But
go
Ryan will
back
set
and
it up
forth.
and get it going, and Tyler stays out front the whole night. And so he can be like, oh, our keyboards are too loud. Okay, we need the...
Right. Yeah.
There's no way we could do that from a stage.
Right.
And
It's
that's why when
difficult,
you see...
right. Especially with you guys got
We got a
way
lot of
more
stuff.
moving parts than we do. Yeah.
Well, like, that's why when you see Skin Deep, their
Yeah.
sound, right? Now, Crash Rocket, I think, manages to do their own, but that's because Glenn is, like, a master. I mean, he's been doing it forever.
He does the nuances with his voice.
Right, he can adjust
I've
because he
heard
knows.
Glenn
Yeah.
match the speed of delay because he
I don't
don't
think he
hear
even
it.
knows he does
Really?
it. Yes. I don't think
he
even
does
knows
it
he does it.
subconsciously.
Okay, that's crazy.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Caleb, sometimes we'll change it and then he'll change it too.
Wow.
He doesn't even know that he does it.
That's
But
We
what
just sit there and
but
laugh.
that is definitely one thing when you hire Cannonwell Entertainment that you are going to get live mixing. It's not just a set and forget.
Right.
It's not just to set it up and go, okay,
Sit
well,
at the
let's
side
do
of
that
the
more.
stage, sounds
no.
good.
If there's a scream or whatever, it's going to be stretched out. If there's a guitar lead and the guitarist doesn't have enough delay on there and there should be more, I'm going to put more on there.
Right.
You know? There's the different things like that. You know, if this thing,
Multi-second delays, different timing signatures for different instruments.
all of that.
And
all
you know,
of
we
that.
found one of the big things people will say is, you know, we're only making X. And so we don't want to spend the money to bring in a sound guy. Now,
Well, you're only gonna make X if you're not gonna spend the money to bring in
we
the sound
found that
guy.
when we started doing sound out front, we sounded better. The clubs pay us more.
Exactly.
And we get compliments at the end of the night where the club owner or manager will say, the mix was great, the volume was perfect, my people could talk, and you kept everybody here.
right.
And
the
that's the
cash
point.
register rang.
And
that's what's important.
and that's not going to happen if there isn't, in my personal opinion, there are some bands that are amazing at it. But I don't think it's going to happen nearly as easily or as commonly unless you have somebody out front that's doing
Right,
this.
yeah, and stays with the band. Like when
So you get to
my,
know
my,
it.
my other her or mix it. No, like when I mix and I'm looking
We're
at a
staying-
band, I stay with the band. I'm not doing this. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm
No,
not,
even
I'm
when
not
I've come up and
focusing-
said hello, you're like, hey, what's up? And then you're back to what you're doing
I
until
stay
the break.
with the band. I know what's going on stage the
I'm
whole
not
time.
socializing. And
I
if you
stay
come
with
and
the-
say hi to me while I'm working and I ignore you, it's not because of you, okay?
Right.
It's because I'm getting paid to listen.
Right, no, it makes perfect sense. And I
don't
think
bother me unless I'm on fire.
Yeah, don't
you wouldn't
listen
even know.
unless
You'd be like,
I'm-
stop, I'll deal with it in a minute.
Yeah.
Just throw water on it.
So I think this has been great. They know how to reach Cannonwell Entertainment, right?
Yep.
They know
Yeah.
exactly how to get hold of you.
407-300-6766.
Sounds like Willie had like a porn star number. And you just were like, this will be a great phone number for the band. That's an easy. It's a very
What else
easy
you
one.
doing here, Dave?
Hey, it's a big room. It's a
Hey.
big room.
You should see the couch and the creepy bed over there. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's got LED lights.
You have to have the LED lights. So it's great that they know how to hire you guys, which is awesome, and they know that there's a wide variety of systems they can get and all that. I'm really excited about Live at Willie's House coming back.
Us too.
I think
We
that's
are
going to
too.
be great
We
for
are
a
too.
lot of the bands. We're 100% in. I definitely want to work out something where, like, hey, we're now calendaring our guests out and putting them on, like, because so many people want to do it, so we're calendaring it out.
Right.
I think it would be really cool,
Do that
that
whole
week.
package. They
And
do
then they
this,
get all the
Wednesday,
PR they want in one
following
shot.
Tuesday.
Yeah, and it's almost like a shit week. And I'll probably work out something like rebroadcast the performance part of it on the band crawl the next week.
That would be
and I'll
awesome.
post the
Just
Live
some
at
clips
Willie
or whatever,
video.
Some clips. That
Yeah,
means
well,
you gotta
but
do
you're-
every time you say this, you gotta do way more work.
I don't have to do my work. My team has to do my work. But yes, we'll post your Live at Willie's video with our band crawl so that they can see
Right.
the band the
What they
following
did,
week what
right,
they did in case they missed it on Live at Willie's. The one downside of a live show is if you're at work or you're out, like you have to watch it later on YouTube,
Right,
and a lot
yeah.
of people forget. So
Right.
we'll take whatever you put out, we'll share it on our page. They'll have one
That would
place
be
to
perfect.
go.
Be awesome.
It'll
But
be
that's the
great.
thing is, right now you can go to the Live at Willie's House Facebook page and look under the video section and see any and all of the past episodes that we've done at any time that you want to.
From orchestra to death metal.
So
Country, blues.
I recommend binge watching that instead of the Netflix or Hulu or any of that other crap.
There you
Give
go.
up the Kardashians. Go to Live
It's
at
funny.
Willie's.
People, ours are that way too. And there's really a lot of people watch the band crawl the weekend after it happened. Like they'll watch this one on Monday, almost like I don't know, but a lot of people do that.
I think that has to do with something with the platform.
Maybe because they
Yeah.
come back in and they watch it. But it's weird. I'll tell somebody, oh, we interviewed Emmett, and they're like, can you send me the link? Like, you almost have to spoon, which is fine. I get it. People are busy. But if we want them to watch the old Live at Willie's episodes, which I've seen like 8 or 9, and I enjoyed it. I watched Buzzcats because I'm a big fan.
Love Ricky.
I've seen a bunch of them. So maybe on your Facebook page at the top, like just put a link and say like click here to get them all or something. But we'll make sure that you guys can find them, and it's worth watching because it's just super entertaining. It's one band. It's an interview with the group, and then they perform. And I can't have them perform in here. I'm not rigged for it. And truthfully, I don't have the time. I don't have the time because it's during the workday. Like I said, I can't be a musician unless I have a job. So this has been awesome. Thank you guys very much for doing it. Thank you very much for doing it.
Thank you, sir.
And let's coordinate for sure. Be sure to check out Live at Willie's house if you're looking for sound.
And we're gonna get something up where we can donate, where you can donate some webcams or something like that.
Yes.
We never have enough cameras. We want more cameras angles all
Or
the time.
time. Donate time.
Or time.
Yeah,
yes.
we can always use
if
workers.
you can help.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone has to clean the trucks. I mean, these things go to the shows, they get dirty.
We have
And
to-
my wax on, wax off is a little rusty, but yes, absolutely. So we will see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Go out and support local music, and thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank
Love
you.
you guys.
Love
Thank
you
you.
guys. Thank you.